Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. Last time we were raising the water level of our city, and we have successfully done so without any real trouble, which is surprising. This little island thing we have to work on a bit, but overall things look pretty good. The water level is leveling out, and I think we do have a stable level. This is getting a little bit lower though, but I think we are actually pushing enough water out to keep up with the amount of water coming in. Of course, most of this water is being pushed through this outlet, which we'll see. It gets pretty thin, so I'm not sure if I can handle all the water, but if needed, we could increase the amount that pumps out. We could also allow it to pour through here a little bit if it becomes necessary. But overall, things are going pretty well with that. Oh, you know what? This is even... You could actually have an outflow to this. Would that hurt anything? Not really. This is actually the same way. This is like giant cliffs. Right here could have it raised up a bit too. This is a little bit ridiculous. You know what? Let's do it. Jeez. I'm getting way too into all of this water stuff, but I always do. We can go down a bit. Just lower this down. Enough that some water actually wants to come across. Give it a little bit more of an outflow, and it'll make the rest of the city happy as well. 2 birds, 1 stone. Why are we stoning birds? I have no clue. There we go. Very nice. It's not the most water flow, but it's something. Slightly disappointing even, but it's still something. Okay. Oh, we have a little bit of flooding everywhere. Okay. That's fine. Everything's okay. We just have to raise the road up a little bit. Which shouldn't be too hard to do. I actually don't know why this part of the road is so low down. Let's go ahead and fix that. There we go. Flooding fixed. Look how nice this is now. You can actually go out and you have like somewhere you can swim in your backyard. You don't have to jump off like a 20-foot cliff anymore. Although there are some areas where this is, you know, a little bit less than good. But we're working on it. What kind of road is this? 4-way road. Got it. Okay, this entire district is flooding a little bit. I don't know what kind of road this is. Probably the same 4-way. Okay. Well, let's fix that up. Where did that come from? Over here. So let's get that 4-way road. Or 4-lane. 4-lane road. And bam. It goes 2 ways. 4 lanes. Okay, so this needs to be raised. This area is just way too bumpy. So if we break that down and then bring this across to here like that. There we go, that's good. Whoa, even more flooding over here. This is quite the project. I feel like we're gonna have continual problems for the next episode. This episode's going to be management of the results of the decision we made. But that's okay, it's to be expected. This is important. This gets emergency vehicles across from here. Over here. And that's power lines, which are kind of important if you want power, which most people do like. Shoot! The water's too high for this. Let's try that again. There we go. And that can go there. And then that's also too high. Low. Whatever you want to call it. It's all getting confused now. AKA, I'm getting confused now. Once again, we are experiencing a massive death wave. But why? Something's really wrong. We have a lot of people dying, and the population is tanking. Why is this happening? Something is really bad, and I don't know what. Yeah, why is everyone dying? Okay, so that flooding may be one reason. That's a lot of flooding. Okay, how do we decrease the flooding over here? I think it's time to begin limiting the amount of water coming through here. And one way to do that's going to be to drop this a little bit. So that may explain a small amount of the problem, but we have it was yesterday too. People are dying from an unknown cause, and it's getting kind of worrying. It's bad when your citizens are just dropping dead. It's an issue. Okay, so here we go. We're beginning to release some water. Hopefully this does some good. Let's drop this a bit lower. We need to get rid of a lot of water to actually make a difference. There we go. Hopefully that will be enough to help out with the issue. Let's see. So there's a lot of water being pulled through here, which is why there's so much flooding over here. Like, geez. Is that enough to be killing that many people, though? Oh, maybe it is. Nah, it's not dropping that quickly. We're having a lot of death all over the city, and I don't know why. I don't know if there's something wrong with our water production. Did I accidentally put a water? No. Something is very wrong. We have to figure this out. There's like an epidemic. Okay, good. A lot of the water is coming through this way now, which should lighten up this area a bit. Oh my, our population is really taking a dive. There isn't much death in this area, it's all over here. So we have water being pumped, let's see. We've got those. We have water being pumped. Over here we had some being pumped. Yep, that's clean water. We also had some being pumped. I don't know where else. I thought this was almost ready, and now it's not. I'm so confused. It says canceled. I don't know why it was canceled, but apparently it was. Not enough raw materials? I don't know. These are all shutting down. That's not the current issue at hand, though. The current issue is our population is falling, and soon we're going to be losing a ton of money because the population's falling, and we're gonna have to start taking serious steps to fix this. But why is the population falling? This flooding is all going to be dealt with when we lower the water level a little bit. We may have went a little bit heavy on the water. It's fine. We'll get it under control. Oh my. Okay, there isn't much death care here. So let's go ahead and give them some good death care. But the problem is so many people are dying in the first place. And I have no clue why. Our average health isn't great, but it's not horrible. We can go ahead and give these guys a hospital. I'm getting very nervous. Populations don't just drop like this. Yeah, is our birth rate and death rate just... See, our birth rate's still way higher than our death rate. Is our influx... Oh. What is this? Our influx was up at 993, but now it's down to 157. That's interesting. I wonder if that has a... But we were surviving with the influx that low before. This is the lowest it's been in a long time, though. I wonder why. Our tourism's down as well. Residential is up. Commercial is up. Industrial took a small drop. Office zone is exploding. The amount of prisoners... Oh my. The amount of prisoners has absolutely skyrocketed. But why? Do we have a crime issue? Yeah, we have a major crime issue. So let's go ahead and get some... I wonder if that's the problem. Do we have like a murder issue? The crime rate's at 6%, so it's not really bad. But we could definitely use some more prison availability. So let's go ahead and provide some jails. And we'll put them over near Sterling Park. Actually, we'll put them... I don't know where to put them. Put them in NZXT. It's pretty dense, and there's some other big areas around it. What's the capacity on that? 750. Okay. So that will hopefully help with the prisoner issue. Yeah, now we have enough capacity. Okay, that's one thing. But I'm really questioning, why is this an issue? And how do we fix it? Because the population is still dropping at an increasing rate. And that may be because of this. We are actually turning this area into soup. It's a slight problem. Yeah. Let's do a very fast fix for this. It's not a permanent solution. But this is an issue. It shouldn't be causing issues this big, though. This is probably a part of the problem, but it's not the source of the problem. It's not a majority of it. But we'll fix this while we're at it. Because any problem is bad. There we go. So now the water level is going to drop pretty heavily, which should help with the flooding. We should have a decreased amount of water coming through here. Unless we have to drop this even further, which I'm fine with. But we just don't want to completely ruin what we did. Let's go ahead and widen this too. It looks like we just have too much water. I wonder if the amount of water coming out of that geyser's one up again. It appears it has, because this should be draining much faster than it is. You know what? Let's put some limitations on the sides of this too. We'll close it up a bit at the entrance. Make the water have to squeeze in a little bit more. Okay, so now that we're limiting the amount of water coming in a little bit more heavily, that should cause the water levels to drop. Man, there's water coming over the edge of this too. This is a disaster between whatever health issues we're having and this flood. Yeah, the flooding's pretty bad. Okay, the flooding is getting really bad. I thought I could handle it if I went one district at a time and just went through all the issues we're having with it, but this is really becoming an issue. It's getting in the way of the city. So we're gonna do two things. First off, we're gonna go through an emergency flood prevention, which means we're going to dig a really big pit in the center of our largest lake. Like a really big pit. Second, we need to limit the amount of water coming through here. This is a disaster. We can deal with it. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I can't believe we went like all last episode with no issues, and now this episode we've dropped under 300,000 again. Like how? We haven't even done that much. I don't know if this is just really bad. We're having an industrial exodus. Look, people are even abandoning the city in these random locations. I think the majority of this isn't even the flooding. People are just moving out. But why? The land value is extremely high. Services are everywhere. They aren't complaining about anything. People are just dying and not coming back. Is the airport still operating? Yes, it is. It looks like they may have slight garbage issues, but we can fix that. I don't know. This is a dangerous trend. I've never really seen things fall apart like this. Okay, so let's see how this works. The little pit we made. That should allow a lot of water to fall in, which should help out with the flooded areas. Honestly, where are the flood trucks? This is kind of their job. Okay, there we go. That's helping. Although it's creating a slight spike up there. Okay, it doesn't look like it's hitting the population that hard anymore. Only the edges are really being affected by this. But it is definitely bad. It's a bad situation we've got. This is why you don't mess with Mother Nature. We're having some serious issues. Okay, here we go. This is what we wanted to see. The amount of water coming through has greatly decreased, mostly because of this right here, which is heavily dropping the amount of water, so we do want to patch this up again in a little bit. But this is dropping, which is the exciting part. This dropping is going to mean that the amount of incoming water is going to go down substantially, which means that our people will have more time to deal with the water. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, this is bad. That's a lot of damage. How do I deal with this and whatever health crisis is going on at the same time? Oh boy, this is a bad one. This is setting us back like 2 episodes between the flooding and the people just moving out. And now we have major traffic issues. The flood trucks are clogging up the roads. Darn it. Okay, let's look at the chart again. Population change. Yeah. How? Let's see if it actually is kind of close with... So collapsed buildings. We've got a little bit, but not really. But I want to look at abandoned buildings. The influx is dropping even further. We can't control that. Why is it going to, like, pre-2023 levels? This is really bad. People just aren't coming into the city. How do we deal with this? The happiness has basically stayed constant. This is really bad. Oh boy. We've got some big issues right now. We're gonna have to deal with these. Now the shark fin, even though a lot of it isn't even flooded, but it's still abandoned, all because of death. And they're dying for what seems like no reason. Same over here. I think we just have a massive death wave, and I don't know if we can really deal with it. Even places in unaffected areas are being hit. This is weird. The Bean District is tiny, and they have their own crematorium, but they're still not dealing with the issue. We're having problems. Time to look at our budget. We have to turn up our health budget. It's the only way we're going to deal with this. We need to get more hearses. And this is seriously going to hit our income really hard. Okay, the flooding is being dealt with. Probably because this is dropping very soon, or, well, it hasn't happened yet. But this is going to very, very highly influence that. Now that the water level's decreased a bit. Okay. Good. So the flooding is being dealt with. Step 1 is going well. $275,000. We're making almost no money. This is bad. Okay, so the water level is now going to start to decrease. Good, so we've got things balanced again. Balance is good. But once we get things balanced, we really have to start looking into why everyone is dying other than the flooding. Because this is going to kill the city. And why are we getting an increasing revenue flow even with all these people disappearing? That makes zero sense. Now the water is really mad too. It's really confused. It's getting taller and shorter. What is this? Where did this come from? Oh boy. We're dealing with so many issues at once, I don't even know what to focus on anymore. Okay, so...
report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any...
Okay, well that's a third thing to add on to the amount of problems we have. Where? Oh no. Okay, so it's going to hit the edge of the water near the Bean District, which is a really important area for incoming citizens. Does the Bean District have any proper disaster? No, it doesn't. It's small though. We should be able to fit everyone into this one spot. Well, this is bad. Let's hope we have a little bit of time before this hits. We need to evacuate the Bean District right now. Everyone out. Everyone out. Oh, a lot of people are running away. That's good. That's fine. The rest of you need to get out right now. They only have a population of 2,900. So this shouldn't be too hard to evacuate. Oh, great. Now we got even more flooding because nothing makes sense anymore. How is this happening with the population? Look, I understand the flooding. I get that. But now we're dealing with that. But the flooding only affected like 1% of people at the most. The majority of the city is dropping in population, including non-coastal areas. And now we have a asteroid or meteor to worry about on top of that. I don't even know how much damage this is going to do. We're almost at 250,000 population, and I don't know why. Why are things falling apart? So now they're complaining about trash, which we just dealt with. We have demand for commercial. Oh boy. I can hear it. I can hear it. Where is it? There it is. This is gonna be bad. Oh, and it hit in the water!
A meteor strike has
Okay,
occurred.
okay, so it hasn't directly
Any
destroyed.
is available.
Okay, never mind. This is bad. Oh boy. What do I focus on? There's so many things happening at the same time. Well, that's certainly bad, and that's going to cause a bit of damage. This is also certainly bad. Thankfully, the other districts are going to come help out, hopefully. There they go. Okay, so take care of that. I'll fix the roads. That's my job. Let's repair as much as we can. Did the... Okay, so that airport's going to be out of commission for a little bit, which probably won't help with the incoming flow of people, but what can we do? Population has dropped under 250,000. That's a bad fire. And now there's flooding in Hemlock Square. That's going to go away, though. Shoot. There's a lot of things going wrong, and I don't know where it's happening. This is a massive issue. What is happening here? Literally all of the city's stuff is just because of this slight flooding. Maybe not so slight. This is bad. Okay, so the amount of water coming in is decreasing. Great. I think we're gonna have to just cut off the flow of water until we know what's going on. Okay, so I think the most logical thing to do at this point in time is going to be to fix our water situation. Like, fix. Give up on it. It was a nice try to make things cool, but we can't handle this while we're handling the other problems. I knew it was going to be a little bit messy, but with this randomly decreasing population on top of the flooding, I don't know what to do. So we're going to start out by cutting off that. And for even more immediate results, we're also going to cut off this. Because we really need results fast. And so that we don't freak out the other side, let's also cut off things here. Okay, so that's going to help a lot with the flooding. But the death issues, how do we deal with this? We're almost at 240,000 population now. It's dropping faster than we were gaining at that point. And this may actually sadly just be a massive death wave. Because, like, look here. When we grew super quickly, It fell shortly after, and now we have had a massive increase in a very short amount of time. I don't know if that's... Does this have to do with... Is this when the disaster happened? When this... Yeah. This was after the disaster, though. So I can understand why the population dropped there. There's another disaster here, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. This is bad. This is certainly bad. Okay, so the city is falling apart. Hopefully, we can get this highway back online, which it looks like it's getting back online. Good. Could people please start using a logical part of this highway? Or am I literally going to have to just literally cut this off? Go, go, go. That's a whole lot of emergency services that aren't going where they need to be going, just because of stupid lane merging. Move! Don't sit there or I'll just delete you. This is so backed up. Okay, they're starting to move. Traffic's becoming a problem again. Yay! Who would have expected that? Maybe we can just blame traffic for all of our problems. Oh, this is actually a really good picture. I very much like this picture right here. That's pretty good. Let's just watch as the city falls apart. I honestly don't know what to do. I mean, the flooding's an easy fix. Stop the flooding. But with all the people who are just randomly dying and leaving the city, we don't know the reason. I could just try just spamming random things to try and help people, like hospitals and stuff, but that's not the reason they're dying. Okay, so that's all fixed. So now that the flooding's fixed, the population shouldn't be dropping anymore. But it is. And it's not just dropping, it's dropping at an increasing rate. This is frustrating. I can't figure it out. Water levels are going down. Rebuild that train station. Rebuild all the stuff that's been damaged. This is bad because our entire train line has to be like one straight line. So when something like this happens, it knocks out everything. So let's fix that very quickly. Okay, so I think the question now is, how do we fix what's going on? And what is going on? Like, I don't know what's actually happening. Okay, so more train issues. And that may be a reason why the traffic's getting so bad, because the train system just got completely flooded. But now that that's fixed for the... Wow, it's flooded over here as well. You see, I was just about to say hopefully fixing the flooding and increasing healthcare would help the problem, but it hasn't. Buildings are just emptying. We need, like, a massive death care effort. And we already had a massive death care effort. We have hearses all over the place. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Why is everyone dying? Those are all dumping, right? We have plenty of water. We have plenty of electricity. I mean, noise has always been the same in the city. And even these areas have a ton of noise, and they're not, well, I guess they are, but I don't know. I mean, the noise is pretty bad, but it's everywhere. The problem is everywhere. Even in quiet areas like the Dam District, this is happening. How do we deal with this? Like, look, this is completely white. There's no noise here. And they're dying. Oh, it's going up! The population is going up. Oh boy. Is it over? Is the death wave over? Is that it? Oh. It's dropping. The increase is dropping. If we can just hold at plus 1,000. We just almost lost a third of our population. Were we just growing too quickly to be sustainable? Okay, the damage over here is mostly fixed. The Bean District is regrowing. Oh, we should probably let them out. Oh, they're out of food, so let's really let them out. Of course, there are people waiting for transport, because everywhere that's a problem. For some reason. What percentage of new Vooperis is seniors? A quarter. Is that dropping really quickly? The amount of seniors in the city is dropping, but not nearly enough to account for the issues we're having. Now it's going up again. What is going on? Let's look at that city statistic. Yeah. That hurts. That's bad. Oh boy. It looks like it's turning around. We aren't getting the numbers we had before. We aren't growing nearly as quickly as we were before. But there is a little bit of hope that we can get back to normal. Okay, because things are starting to even out, I'm gonna open this up again because it'll literally ruin their land value if I don't, because it's all beachside. So we'll let a little bit of water in because it's dropping way too low now. And this isn't open either, so it won't go crazy. Okay, so, overall, things are weird. I don't know how we're going to fix our problems, and it looks like they're just going to come back. But it looks like the city is rebuilding, and the issues we had before are at least remedied temporarily. We really need to figure out what caused that drop in population, though. It was all over the city, and even though things are being taken care of now, the amount of dead people is dropping rather quickly. It's not good. We are having serious issues. We've abandoned cities not cities, buildings all over the place. But it looks like we are picking back up in population. So with that, thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you all next time, when hopefully we have all of this under control. Because even just taking a minor stroll through the city, there's visible abandoned buildings. And it's not just a few of them. There's quite a bit. There's another one. There's another one. Yeah. Well, see you all next time. Bye.